Salut et bienvenue dans cette nouvelle leçon. Dans cette leçon, nous allons parler de l'imparfait de l'indicatif. Nous allons parler de l'imparfait de l'indicatif. In this lesson, we'll be talking about a tense in French called l'imparfait de l'indicatif. So in the time past, we've been talking about le présent de l'indicatif. We've been talking about le passé composé. Today, we want to talk about l'imparfait de l'indicatif. First, let's talk about what this tense entails in English. Now, l'imparfait de l'indicatif is used to describe an action in the past. Like you're talking about something, you want to say, it was nice. You know, that's the tense that you use to describe something in the past. It's also used to talk about an action that used to happen. Something that you used to do or something that somebody else used to do. You can use this tense. I used to play soccer when I was a child. Used to play, you use this tense, l'imparfait de l'indicatif. You also use this tense, l'imparfait de l'indicatif, to talk about an action that was happening when another action happened. So an action that was happening in the past when another action happened in the past. So something similar to your past continuous, like I was eating when you came. I was sleeping when you called me. So that's the sort of thing we'll be talking about today. So the tense is called l'imparfait de l'indicatif. So let's talk about how it's done. So if you remember very well your présent de l'indicatif, we'll be using that today, but we will be only using the first person plural. That's where the stem comes from for this tense. So first person plural is nous. So take for instance the verb travailler. Travailler, nous travaillons au présent de l'indicatif. Nous travaillons. So we remove ON, the ONS from nous travaillons, and then we add certain endings. The imperfect has its own endings, and it's very, very simple. Very, very simple endings. So what are the endings? The endings are AI, je is AIS, tu, AIS, il, elle, AIT. Nous is IONS, vous is IEZ, il and elle in the plural is AIENT. So if you remember this, that's the template. Once you have this template, you collect your stem and you just plug it in and you'll be able to conjugate it. It's very simple. So with travailler that we mentioned before, we say nous travaillons. We remove ONS. What we're left with is travail, just like this. So we conjugate it now with the in the imperfect tense. Je travaillais. Tu travaillais. Il, elle travaillait. Nous travaillions. Vous travaillez. Il, elle travaillait. Now you have to emphasize on the nous, because there's a possibility that you could be saying you could be conjugating in the présent de l'indicatif instead of the imperfect if you just say it like in a lazy way, nous travaillons. Nous travaillons will be présent de l'indicatif. That's why you have to emphasize on the IONS. Nous travaillons. Not nous travaillons, but nous travaillons. Nous travaillons, vous travaillez, il et elle travaillaient. Now, all the other ones besides nous and vous are exactly the same sound. So, je travaillais, same S sound. Tu travaillais, il, elle travaillait. But nous travaillions, vous travailliez, il, elle travaillait. Same sound. Now, let's have a look at another verb. Say, for instance, le verb parler. Parler, nous parlons, in the présent de l'indicatif, remove ONS. We're left with PARL, that's the stem. We add our ending. So it's je parlais, tu parlais, il, elle parlait, nous parlions, vous parliez, il, elle parlait. So again, we have to place special emphasis on nous and vous. Otherwise, we will be using the présent de l'indicatif instead. So if we just said nous parlons, that's présent de l'indicatif. That's what we have to say. Nous parlions. Nous parlions. Nous parlions. Vous parliez. Il, elle parlait. Very simple. Now, if for instance, with the verb manger, there's a little trick there because manger needs to maintain the that sound, that j sound. So that's why when you conjugate manger in the imparfait de l'indicatif, looking at nous, you remove the O and S. You know, with nous, sorry. If you remove the O and S, you are left with mange. It has E. So remove the E as well. So with the GER verse, remove the E as well. So don't just remove the O and S, remove the E as well. So the same context, nous mangions. In the present de l'indicatif, you will say nous mangeons. Nous mangeons. In the imparfait de l'indicatif, you say nous mangions. Vous mangiez. Il, elle, mangeait. We have a few irregular verbs. These ones, you just need to remember what they are. Memorize them. Être and avoir. Être and avoir in this tense are very irregular. So let's have a look at être, for example. So with être, you say j'étais, tu étais, il, elle était, nous étions, vous étiez, il, elles étaient. And then we'll have a look at avoir. Avoir is j'avais, tu avais, il, elle avait. Nous avions, vous aviez, il, elles avaient. Then when you get to nous and vous there, you have to do the same trick. You can't say nous avons, that will be présent de l'indicatif. That's why you have to say nous avions. Nous avions, and when you get to vous, you don't say vous avez, because that would be présent de l'indicatif. So you've got to say vous aviez, emphasize on the I. Vous aviez, nous avions, vous aviez, il, elles avaient. So that's it. Now let's have a look at a few sentences in this tense. Remember, we talked about those three scenarios to describe something in the past, to talk about something that you used to do or somebody else used to do, something that used to happen in the past, and to talk about an action that was happening in the past when another action happened. Those are the three scenarios in l'imparfait de l'indicatif. So let's have a look at a few sentences so you get the context. Now, our first sentence is je dormais quand tu m'as appelé. Je dormais quand tu m'as appelé. So you can see, je dormais quand tu m'as appelé. So that's what I was doing when you called me. Je dormais. So let's have a look at another example. À mon enfance, je mangeais beaucoup. À mon enfance, je mangeais beaucoup. So that's what I used to do during this time. Used to. Je mangeais beaucoup. Let's have a look at another example. Quand nous étions à l'école primaire, nous chantions l'hymne national. Quand nous étions à l'école primaire, nous chantions l'hymne national. So that was être that I used in the sentence. Être in l'imparfait de l'indicatif. That's what I said. Nous étions. Quand nous étions à l'école primaire, nous chantions l'hymne national. One is a very short sentence. C'était merveilleux. C'était merveilleux. Describing something in the past. Son père avait beaucoup d'argent. Son père avait beaucoup d'argent. So you get the context. So I think you get the context now. So l'imparfait de l'indicatif, as the name implies, this tense is imperfect. It's imperfect. That's what, in fact, that's what imparfait means in English. Imperfect. So you use this tense when you're talking about, when you're describing something in the past. Use the same tense when you want to talk about something that you used to do. Use this tense when you're talking about something that was happening when another thing happened. So you get the context. And remember to focus on those endings. Otherwise, you'll be conjugating in the présent de l'indicatif instead of l'imparfait de l'indicatif. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Au revoir et à bientôt.